What's up, YouTube? Your boy JD making a video here. My newest addition to my FPV fleet. Yeah, I got something else. I bet you guys like, dang, you keep coming up with stuff. But you know, I had tons of spare parts laying around from the planes that crashed in the past and everything, and you know, I wanted to try something different. So anyway, and those of you that watch me on Google, I know you guys have seen pictures of it, but bam, there it is. It's the X5 Wing by Skywalker. Pretty cool little dude. I bought it as a just a kit. It was just a frame only. It was real cheap, like 44 bucks. It was like, oh my god. So I just had to go ahead and try it out. Did some research on it, and you see several people, you know, flying it here in the past, but nothing really recent with them. But anyway, let me go over my setup and how I got everything fixed up on this one. I'm using the FY41AP Lite for the flight controller. So yeah, that's the airspeed sensor for it here, and of course the GPS mount on the other side. I got the video transmitter mounted on the other side of this hatch, and I'll take the hatch off here in a second and show you how I did that, as well as the Dragon Link kicking up from behind. And for a camera, for FPV, for view through, I'm going to use the Mobius, the wide angle lens Mobius. And I got it hooked up on a, it's a pan and tilt servo type gimbal, but I'm not using the pan part. I'm just using the tip. So it should be pretty cool. But you know, one of the main reasons, you know, besides me not just having all the extra parts and stuff, you know, I wanted something that's a little bit smaller, easier to transport than the FPV Raptor. You know, this dude right here is like 1180 on the wingspan, I think, and the FPV Raptor is 1.6 meters. So I mean, it's so big I had to turn it sideways to even make it fit in my truck. But not just that being a hassle, but you know, I wanted something that's gonna be a little bit faster than that too. But as far as the motor on it, I'm using the this is the motor that's on the FPV Raptors from the stock setup, 1400 kV motor. Pretty good. I mean, I love the depth on the FPV Raptor, so it should be real good on this cat. And I'll show you the ESC on the inside of it. Just some old servos, not Metal Gear. And I never used those little cheap toothpick type things they give you to put the connectors on. So I had some of these left over from one of the FPV Raptors that I crashed, and I just mounted up there, you know, to where it's locked in safe. And something else cool I did, because I'm not using a foldable prop, I'm using a standard one. I put some landing gears on this dude to keep it to where when it touches down, the prop should never hit the ground. And all I did was just bought one of the it was a landing gear set up off of eBay. I can't even remember what plane it was for. It was just real cheap, like $5. And I took a piece of wood and just glued it to it and tacked it on, and hopefully it's gonna work for me. But anyway, let me show you how this tilt works on this gimbal here before I take this hatch off. The hatch is like Velcroed on. It will not come off in the flight. I mean, it's like a pain in the butt to take off, actually. But anyway, let me show you how this works. And I got the top of it cut out to where it's not going to get in the way of anything. It should be able to release it fairly easy. Here we go. See? Pops out. Go right back in. Nice and smooth. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's a good advantage point to be able to look down while you're flying sometimes. Get the good views, the good shots. But alright, let me pop this canopy off real quick. Okay, here's a shot of it from the inside. We got the it's the power manager for the FY41AP Lite, using the micro Dragon Link. And the FY41AP Lite, the flight controller itself will sit right there when I get it back. I had to send it off. Wasn't working right for some reason, green light flashing. And I got the Dragon Link antenna. If you can see this, it just kind of, I got it somewhat flush mount, and the bottom of the antenna, of course, is sticking out the bottom of it, but that way it can kind of, you know, the canopy can slide over top of it, and it's not any kind of issue. And all I'm using is just Velcro strips in the front to lock this dude in, and it is so hard to get off. It is unreal. So yeah, use Velcro strips if you're gonna build this model. And I'm using this is the Vortex 30 amp ESC. Like I said, I had some parts out of the LPV Raptor, another one I had, so went ahead and used that. And the servo tilt, that's pretty much it. I just took out the pan and just hot glued it to death in spot. And they said this plane likes a whole lot of nose weight, so I figured that's what I do. And the reason why I use that Y41 AP light anyway is because it's got the built-in OSD, so they kind of save some space. You know, if I want to add some other stuff to it in the future, I can. And the video transmitter is in the top of the lid. That's pretty much it. What I did, I took a piece of wood and mounted over top of it. That way that the fan can still turn and it won't get in the way of nothing. And it can keep the transmitter cool. And it might even, you know, just keep a lot of air circulating in there for the rest of the components too. And it just comes straight out the top. That's pretty much it. I'm using that screw there to help pull the top off. I mean, it is crazy hard to get off. But anyway, this is my setup, and hopefully I better get a good maiden flight in soon. Right now it's snowing down here. The wind's blowing like 20 miles per hour and crap. So maybe not this weekend, but maybe the week after next. Peace. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.